There are no right or wrong answers to this decision I'm making. Both options have their merit. It's unfortunate that the United States decided to both stoke as much anti immigrant fervor that they could generate, and then on top of that, start making travel uncomfortable because we're supposed to be smart, we're supposed to be enlightened, we're supposed to have diplomacy, and there isn't any diplomacy right now. There's a war going on, but there's no diplomacy. There's no reaching over to the other side of that table and say, we want to protect our people. And I'm sure you want to protect your people. Why don't our people protect our people, but also maybe do something else with all this energy, this resource of you did this and we'll have to retaliate and that kind of thing, back and forth. I look at politics sometimes and I just think, are you children? He breathed on me. Okay. Do we need to go to World War Three over that? Because the world is at war. The world is at war, and I cannot fathom why it's happening in some cases. Because I look to Mars, I look to the moon, and I say, you lazy fucking humans aren't even trying to go to another planet. You're not even trying to expand. You look at each other and bicker over fucking dirt. You bicker over dirt. How weak. Oh, it's so much more complicated than that. Someone can explain it to me because I don't think it is. I think it's as simple as there's a giant rock on the sky that you could land on that's not that far away, that you could do plenty of things on. But instead, we bicker over that. We have conversations about should we occupy some lands? Should we babysit another country? What? Moon, Mars, pick one, go to it. How hard is that? Is there a reason why America cannot focus on that? Everyone plays their Call of Duty and says, one day I'll be able to do this for real. Ha ha ha. They don't say, yeah, but you could also go to another planet. You can go to a moon. I think that says a lot about what's going on in our country. Fortnite and Minecraft, Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto, not No Man's Sky, not Starfield. Proud nerd that I am. But I'm looking at this war right now, and I have to be honest, it doesn't fit with my ideals right now. Do I believe in protect American lives? You bet your ass I do. America first? You bet your ass I do. At the same time, I could still say, well, where is the avenue toward diplomacy? Because if it's, I will beat this fucking country into diplomacy, it's not exactly the best way to go about it, in my opinion. But as I said, I still want my country to be safe, but I think if I want my country to be safe, if I want my American people to be safe, I have to guide them toward, do you know that rock in the sky you can fucking go to? Moon or Mars? Pick one and go to it. That saves more American lives. And it's a long term plan because if it isn't the war across the fucking ocean, it's the bickering that we have in our daily lives. I want my country to evolve. I want my country to grow up. I read some news stories and I'm just baffled. Not because of the audacity of the news stories that I read. It's more of did you know you had options? You always had options. I was reminded by a very, very clever Mad TV sketch that Dorothy could always click her heels 3 times and say, "There's no place like home, there's no place like home," and go home. It was a brilliant sketch. I laughed out loud. It was amazing. But then I also think of, what if there isn't a home for you to go back to? Sure, you could click your heels, you could turn the car around, you can turn your life around, you could buy a ticket to board transit to go back to wherever you come from. But do you really want to take a step backwards? Have you learned nothing new, nothing about yourself, nothing about maybe what you want? Because backwards might be safety, but it could also be infantilization of all of your struggle. Maybe things aren't perfect right now, but maybe you learn something about autonomy and self resilience. Maybe even a little sliver of confidence because you survived horrible, horrible things. Well, what I know for sure is no matter what I decide, I'm gonna chronicle it just like anything else. My name is Ian Iliona. I'm an environmentalist. I'm a human rights activist. I'm a mutant. I'm a werewolf. I'm a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma. And every day is difficult for me. It's difficult. But I'm not the only one who has difficult days. If you have military sexual trauma, it's very easy to withdraw into yourself, not talk about these incidents that happen to you, and talk it out sometimes, and really take a look at yourself and say, I may not be able to control others, but I can control my own reaction sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not a perfect person. I am legally represented by the American government as a dysfunctional person because of their foolishness. You don't have a permission to truly wreak havoc, but you have a permission to be upset sometimes. If no one understands it and you understand it, that's okay. Talking about military sexual trauma, talking about PTSD, is part of the healing process. So speak up about it often. Keep a journal, keep a diary, or better yet, do another blog like I do. I hope to see you on the next podcast.